That's a wrap. The Wrap Party Podcast with Maney and Loren.
All right, you're on.
All right, welcome to a Wrap Party Podcast, everyone. This one is called Work There for a Day. We talked about it on the show today, and we took calls from people who worked a job for one day and then couldn't take it anymore, and they quit. Mm-hmm. One of the calls I remember was a woman who said that she worked at U-Haul for a day. She's 5'2". Her uniform shirt was a size XL men's polo, so it was like bigger than a dress.
Probably looked like a nightshirt on her.
Yeah, she looked
big
like a scarecrow. And then they said to her, "Well, you're going to go wash the trucks." At 5'2", they gave her a little stepladder.
Mm-hmm. A tiny little stepladder.
The jobs really do be trying to pull the okie doke.
Yeah, the ladder wasn't big enough.
Make it make sense.
So Big Al, he worked a job at the airport, and he worked there he worked one job at the airport one day, but overall just there for 3 days.
Yeah, I was there 3 days. The way they had it, I really should have knew from jump that it was going to be some bullshit just based on the fact that I got hired on like the 2-minute phone interview. And then it was like, okay.
When can you start?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like,
You're like,
bitch, I need a job. So, okay, I'll take it.
But you're right, because it's like a 2-minute phone interview, and you're like, oh, I was either that good in 2 minutes, but like, you don't want to see me in person? Maybe you want to check my references?
Yeah. It has to make sense. So I'm like, okay, I'll take the job. I'll go do the training and everything. And see, it was really science all the way, though. I remember I was doing the paperwork, like, because y'all know day one usually is like on board and you doing paperwork. Day one, I walk in there, I'm doing the paperwork. They gave me the clipboard. They like, okay, you go wait right there. When you done, come let us know. I finished the paper. I go back up there and she like, y'all can wait. Oh, you just said come up here when we done. So the math don't be mathing.
No.
And it was one of them places where it was too many like cooks in the kitchen. And it's like, so who the hell is the real manager? Because somebody's lying.
Right.
It kind of sounds like they were just, do you have a pulse? Check. Like, are you breathing? Check.
Basically.
And I
Are
was
you
too good for
able-bodied?
that.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to get the fuck missing. I couldn't play with them.
Could you have worked at one of the restaurants there too? Like was that part of the interview process, or like one of the stores?
It was like, you'll be pushing wheelchairs. But they made it sound like you was going to be like a volunteer for the community.
And the people in the wheelchairs, we didn't talk about this on the air, but the people in the wheelchairs, like from when I watch people in the wheelchairs, they're not very nice to the attendants. Like they're kind of complaining to them, and I get it. You're at the airport, it's stressful. You're in a wheelchair, you're not able to walk. But be nice.
Two different types. I felt like for me, it was like somebody that was either like super nice, and it was like, get on my back. I'll just take you there, and we were like, come on, I got you.
You are fucking nice.
And then it was some people where it was like, I should just roll you off this fucking tarmac.
Did you ever have anyone, like, because my grandmother smoked, and she was like would do the wheelchair service at the airport, but she'd also have her oxygen tank with her.
Oh, yeah.
And then she would ask them to like roll her to the smoking place that she could have a cigarette. And I'm like,
with the oxygen
Joan,
tank?
you can't smoke with your oxygen tank, number one. I was like, number two, I don't even think there's smoking like sections at the airport.
Oh my God.
There might have been then, but
That's hilarious.
It is. It's funny. And did you ever get a tip?
They did. Now, this one lady, I remember she gave me a good tip. It was like $40. I said, girl,
nice.
Now you ate down on that one, but it was decent.
So you go to the way the wheelchairs work and I imagine if you're listening to this anywhere, we're in Charlotte, so it's our airport, but I'm sure airports probably work the same. You wheelchair somebody to one gate, and then do you have to wait at that gate for the next person who needs a wheelchair to get off the plane, or do you just drop them off at the gate? Like, when do you bail?
It kind of would never, because they fucking lie and tell you that you're getting off at one time and then tell you that you don't leave.
But do you have to put the passenger on the plane?
That's
You
what I
got to
was
wheel
gonna
them all the
ask.
way down the jetway and make sure
So it would depend on like the patient and what their capabilities
What
were.
their needs were, yeah.
So it would just depend. It was a case by case.
would you have to work overtime because like flights would be delayed and you were assigned to that person until they got on the plane, or was it like
No, I think it was just like them trying to pull the wool over
Okay,
everybody, and because
all right.
they would be like, send the schedule out. Okay, y'all getting off at 9.
This is a glowing
And-
recommendation to work at the airport, by the way.
And I mean, as soon as you clock in, they would be like, hey, ho, you have to stay till 11. And it's like, I planned to leave here at 9:30 at the
Yeah.
latest. So I don't like liars.
Okay. based on how they seem like they hired and put you in right away, if you stayed another 12 hours, you might have been a fucking manager.
Probably literally. The people was crazy. I remember when I went to go do the onboarding and stuff, and she was like, y'all need to go sit down. I had to clock their ass a little bit on that one because it does get to a point with me where it's like,
ma'am, please.
Who are you talking to? And
Right.
I was like, y'all is talking to me like I'm y'all cousin. Y'all do not know me. Like, we are at work.
I remember, speaking of jobs, when my brother was, I guess, he'd probably done his freshman year of college, is my middle brother, Kevin, and he came home, and I just remember my father was like, you know, my mom were like, you got to go get a job. He's like, yeah, I am. I'm going to paint. But like it was like 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by. And then we got sprinklers put in our yard. And next thing you know, my dad sold my brother into employment with the sprinkler company. And
Hey.
I remember he came back in. He's like, I got you hired by the sprinkler guy. You start next week.
Thanks,
I
Dad.
love it.
Yeah, and actually to this day, Kev is like, I was pissed because it was the summer and it was hot, but he's like, it was really cool. We smoked God's good green earth and basically just played with water. All
Yeah.
you know, they didn't really
They cooled off.
they had a machine that dug the ditches for them, you know, and he's like, I could probably put in a sprinkler system in my yard if I had the equipment. Like, he's like, I know how to repair it. I know how to do it. I was like, can you fix the fucking timers? Because the sprinkler timers is where everybody gets jacked up. Like, everybody's got this. If you have the in-ground sprinkler, you just don't know how to work that timer. It's like trying to figure out back in the day with the VCR how to get the 12 to stop blinking to you know, program your clock. But yeah, I remember that. And then I worked landscaping, and I loved doing that. I remember one time I wanted to switch companies and go work for this other landscape company. So when I was working with one company, they were across the street, and I went over and I talked to the foreman, and he told me what they paid. I was like, ooh, that's a little more an hour. He's like, trust me, you don't want to come work for us. He's like, your company has a reputation of being a cool company. He's like, do you have fun? Do you laugh? I was like, fuck yeah, I love laughing. Like, the guy was always laughing at work, and he's like, we ain't laughing. I was like, okay, I'm
I
good.
really appreciate the jobs that be like, don't come
Honest,
here. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, and FedEx should have been like that too when I went there because they was like, I remember that one was crazy. It was hot as
What
hell.
were you going to do, work in the pushing packages and
Yeah, it was like
loading
you-
trucks?
Right. So
Sorting.
you load, unload. And I was on unload, so it was like cool. When you had to load, that was like playing fucking Tetris, and I couldn't do that. But when you unload, it was cool. You just boop, boop, boop on the conveyor belt. But they rushed you a lot, and I was like, y'all are rushing me, and y'all not helping. I don't like that.
Didn't you see Castaway? With Tom Hanks?
I have not
It's
seen that
all
old
about FedEx. He literally
Really?
goes to Russia to teach them that they're not working fast enough
Really?
loading the packages, and that's why he gets into the plane crash. He's like, let's go, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Wow.
You need to watch it. It'll bring
Can't
back
believe
some
you've never seen
PTSD.
that.
I feel like it's a lot of movies that just.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm about to shock
Has
you.
anyone
That
seen-
shit's 25 years old. That
I
movie came out in
know.
2000.
I know. Has anyone seen Roof Man yet? Isn't that out?
No, I want to see it. That's the Channing Tatum movie that was filmed in Pineville at that old Toys R Us.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story about Charlotte, about
Yeah.
a guy in Charlotte who lived in a building.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. I want to go see that. But what was my point? Oh, what do you hear about Amazon? Do you know anybody who works at the Amazon?
The things that I hear about Amazon is that all the workers are fucking each other, and that y'all ain't ever heard that about Amazon.
No.
No,
Yes, that's
I heard
how the
that about
warehouses
Sun
be-
City, the retirement community in South Carolina, that everybody there fucks each other. But
No,
Is
yeah,
that why
that's
our
it.
packages have been delayed recently?
Hey.
They're too busy tangled
Hey.
up.
I don't know.
Hey.
See, I'm trying to test and see if Al's ready to jump ship to Amazon. I want to find out what he heard
I
about it.
love Amazon. I used to do a little Amazon work in
Yeah.
between because they had this thing called Amazon Flex. And I used to do that. It was almost like DoorDash, but for Amazon packages. You let
Oh,
them know
that's
when
a
you
good
come in.
idea.
Yeah.
And you use your own car? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what that's called, because I do see some Amazon drivers in my neighborhood in their own car, and then I see other Amazon drivers in the Amazon van.
Yeah, that's like two separate little situations.
But you don't get to pick where you get to go, though, right?
Yeah and no. After you kind of have done it for a while, you can figure out, okay, this zone will send you this area, this zone will keep you in this area, but it is like random.
It makes more sense for someone who knows the area and is familiar with it to work in that area.
It do, but then again, it'll like the pay rate, it just is like, this is your packet of boxes. You take that, and it sends you this way. So
how many stops could you put in your car?
It would just depend on the size you get. It could range anywhere from like 13 stops to 150.
What do those drivers get? Do you know?
It's different. Yeah. So
based on what?
Like the amount of packages. Like if you're only doing like 13 packages, you might get $20 or something. If you do,
it's your choice though.
Yeah and no. Like you can pick like slots. You know what I'm saying? So I can come from 4 to 6. I can go from 4 to 8. I can go from 4 to 10.
That's
you know
good.
what I'm saying?
So people have kids or people have another job.
They can work the hours they need.
You
to.
get full benefits though too, I think. And don't you get that with
not with Flex?
FedEx? You did, didn't you? Get full benefits as a part timer? Oh, I thought you did.
FedEx don't even give you a damn break. That was the first thing I learned. I was like, when do I go for my break? And they was like, break. I said, oh, bitch, I'm definitely not going to stay here.
Man, this is FedEx.
Yeah.
Not Fed Eat. All right. What about you, Loren? What's a job you remember?
I mean, I've had a lot of jobs, but
I always like your tanning salon job.
Yeah, I worked in high school. I worked at a tanning salon.
And you got the key, which is big shit.
Yep, I was the manager my senior year of high school.
Closing that thing down. Okay.
Let's see. My very first job was at Hallmark. I worked as a server for a while in college.
Was Hallmark in the mall?
No, it was in like
strip mall?
an outdoor strip mall.
Okay.
And then I worked for Atlantis for Kersner, going back and forth from the Bahamas for casino events.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that was probably my favorite job. I got to travel, go to the Bahamas every weekend, work with VIPs, go to all the concerts. I used to run the meet and greets for celebrities. So that's how I met Taylor Swift. It's how I met Katy Perry,
have to dress up?
Justin Bieber. Yeah. What do you mean? Like dress? I didn't have a uniform, but I had to dress nicely. Like
you're in the Bahamas, you dress like vacation attire?
No, well, sometimes
Okay.
if the event called for it, but mostly during the day I was in business casual.
Like a manager.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch that show. Remember, I don't know if you remember the show, but remember it was the show in Vegas about the pool party?
Yeah.
It was a reality show about the Hard Rock pool party. And, people are hammered, people are partying, and then there's the fun people who are dressed in bikinis and shorts that work there. And then you can tell the more serious the person, the better dressed they are. And when you're in a full suit and you show up to the pool, you know shit's about to go down.
I was never, my VIPs were never guys on bachelor parties or anything like that. It was the families that were staying in the Reef property that were bringing their kids in for one of the concerts,
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, hopefully if anybody else worked for just one day, you've got to go listen to our podcast from today. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go find it because it's a really funny segment. You can go watch it there. And if you're listening to this podcast, The Rap Party, you could also watch us.
On YouTube, but you can search the ML Morning Show.
Are
Pretty
you-
much on any social media, and you'll find us.
We're having a meeting next week, y'all, about potentially going live on YouTube during our show. So go like and subscribe if you hear this. Don't roll your eyes at me.
You don't want to miss it.
The only reason I am rolling my eyes is because we need video equipment that works before we can go live.
All right.
So
Well,
that's
once-
going to be a conversation I
can be
have to
true.
have with them next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you.
Hey, it's Loren from the Maney and Loren Morning Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you've subscribed to our channel and like this video. But if you want to see more content, we've got stunts and more funny show moments.